Let's talk now about specific jiu-jitsu defensive entries. So we looked at offensive entries in which I'm proactively coming up and snapping my partner down. But there are lots of situations in jiu-jitsu in which you defend some usually counters that your partner has, or straight up attacks that your partner has, accepting, as it were, chest to back. So, as I mentioned before, side control is a perfect example of this. Let's say I'm in side control, but for whatever reason, my partner got to an underhook, and now he starts coming up. If I don't do anything, he might end up like in a leg tackle, for example, and takes me down. It might end up to my back, which is obviously no good. Or in a more modern setting, I would probably punch a whizzer in, but now we're in a dogfight situation, which is not the end of the world, but it's not necessarily what you want. If I know how to use front headlock, I can use the fact that my partner is coming up with an underhook to go straight into a front headlock exchange. Now, the rule of thumb is very, very simple. What my partner wants is to have his head in line with my head. So he wants to look where I'm looking. Basically, when he comes up, he wants to end up looking where I'm looking. Okay? Things get a little bit complicated. Can I do it? Eventually, your partner would come up looking first towards the tailbone so that there is no whizzer in place. But then his end goal is eventually look where I'm looking. You see, now my head is pointing over there, his head is pointing over there. What I want from top is precisely the opposite. I want our heads pointing in opposite directions. So he comes up, he wants to look there, and he wants me to look there. What I want is our heads pointing in opposite directions. Side control is a perfect example of this, but obviously you can extrapolate this to half guard, for example. If you're in a half guard exchange, here your partner gets an underhook and starts coming up. Next thing you know, you're in a dogfight. That's no good. You can start coming out, sliding out, and you're in a front headlock exchange. And you can apply this to a variety of scenarios in which you are defending, oftentimes, an underhook from a partner that is trying to build height, and you keep top positions by having your head pointing in opposite directions and keeping chest to back.